Did have some news out of New Orleans today. The Saints are playing on Thanksgiving, but according to a report by ESPN, they've agreed on a new contract with Taysom Hill. Now, this is kind of a hybrid contract because he's a hybrid player. According to the report, he would make $40 million over the next 4 if he continues to do what he's been doing, but he would make $95 million if he becomes the starting quarterback. Now, there's got to be language in there that says, okay, if he starts 3 games, he's not going to get this kind of money. If he starts 20 games, he is going to get this kind of money. But we haven't seen him play much at quarterback this season.
No, and that's why there's not really much to make of this. You know, really, when you looked at the deal that he signed previously, it was almost kind of a one-year deal. And so it provides him the flexibility where, hey, if he turns into that, so be it. But I think we've gotten to this point in time in his career where we know he's not going to become their franchise quarterback. Otherwise, he'd be in that position right now, which we don't see that. You know, Trevor Siemian's been leading them so far. So, you know, this is a contract that basically makes him a higher valued asset on offense and special teams, where clearly he's got value because he's taking up 2 roster spots. So even for 4 years, $40 million, $10 million per year, and you look at the guarantees somewhere in the ballpark of $22 million, that's essentially saying, look, he's a valuable asset to us because he can do a lot of different things, and he provides us that insurance policy where if we need him to, he can go in there and play quarterback. But he plays kind of a tight end, running back, or wildcat quarterback and wide receiver at times, and special teamer for us. So it's important enough to keep him in our locker room and a part of our roster with this extension. But Danny, I don't know about you, I don't see him anywhere making close to the $90 million contract or whatever language that's in it.
No, I'm kind of stunned by this deal because the initial sticker shock of hearing that number kind of hits you. It's like, whoa, wait a second, it's Taysom Hill. Chris was asking about some of the language in there. It's probably where he takes 50% or more of the team's snaps on the season, which is where if you had a devastating injury to a starting quarterback, you know, something longer, that you would actually have to be the quarterback. But I don't even think Sean Payton wants that to happen. This is probably some sort of salary cap restructuring. And the $10 million a year, which basically it comes to over the 4 years, if he doesn't reach those incentives, is like backup plus money, because backups are making really good money right now. And then you consider the multiple roles that he plays on the team. And I'll tell you what, Brady, he must be incredible in the quarterback room, in the locker room, because you don't just hand out these type of contracts to just anybody. He's got to play an important role within that team, in that locker room, as a leader, as sort of a, somebody who is, a player who can do a lot of different things. Because I'm still a little bit surprised at the amount of money that's thrown his way. He doesn't do that much as this gadget player, but I think it's just the total package of, and there's always been a saying in the NFL, the more you can do, the longer you last. And this, to me, is the latest example of it.
It's pretty durable, too, when you think about when he's been there. But to Danny's point, I mean, they don't ask him to do a ton. It's just a multitude of different things when he's out there. So, again, if he's able to take up essentially a couple roster spots with the different things that he does, it kind of saves you, at least in that department. And so that's where it makes some sense. But, to me, if you're looking at a team that, depending on how they view Jameis Winston during his time in there, they might be looking for a quarterback in next year's draft class, or they might be saying, hey, we took Ian Book in the 4th round. We wanted to give him a year to essentially redshirt his rookie year in the NFL. Maybe we want to give him more of an opportunity. So kind of curious, though, to figure out this deal. Look, these deals get leaked because their agent wants to kind of puff their chest and show the value of it, the deal that they did for a player like this. That has something to do with it as well.
And Spotrac tweets that the Saints basically, they didn't want to take the automatic $9 million dead cap hit.
Right.
They extend him basically 2 more years to keep his current pay active and the dead cap spread out. To go a little bit inside football there for you.